just your interaction, whether it was those days with the jeffgluck.com thing or the tweetups that you and Bob Pockrass do and everything every week, and the people that show up for that. Tell me about that. How did that all come about of doing these tweetups every week?
Yeah, I got on Twitter in 2009, and it was I probably had maybe 2,000 Twitter followers at the time, and I'd gotten to a point where people would start to tweet me and be like, "Hey, like, are you going to be around the track this week? Like, let's meet up. I'd love to say hi to you." So I sort of found myself, being like, "Okay, well, all right, why don't you meet me after practice over here?" Or like, "I'll meet you at 2:00 over here," like different people. And I'd try to go say hi to them or whatever. And it got to a point where it was like, it was kind of taken away from the job a little bit, because I had work to do and I was sort of running all around trying to meet with people who I wanted to meet because I knew them from Twitter. But I just said, God, maybe we could just all meet in one place, if I just give it time. So that's kind of how it started. And Atlanta Labor Day weekend 2009 was the first one, and 3 people showed up. And then the next one was Richmond the next week, and 2 dudes showed up, and we met under the grandstands. And it was sort of like a blind date. Like are you here for? Oh yeah, that's me. Oh hey, yeah, So, but they just kept growing. I mean, I just kept doing them every week, and they kept growing. And Bob joined in, and we started getting drivers, and it started ballooning. And now it's really my favorite thing, easily every week, because you end up seeing people's names on Twitter, especially the people that are like positive or say, "Hey, I love the podcast this week," or "I loved your article. This was great," or "I like seeing the pictures of your daughters." And you start to, even though, you might have a lot of followers, you start to see the same people's names, because I read all my replies. And so when somebody comes up to me at tweet up, they're like, "Hey, I know we've never met, but my Twitter name is whatever." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's you?" Like, whoa, like, I feel like we're friends. Like, I know you. So it's really exciting. I mean, it feels like you're having like a reunion with friends, like every week to me. And you get to really hear what's on their mind. Like, "Well, hey, what do you guys think of this rules change?" Or like, "What do you think of the playoffs so far? What do you think of this driver doing this or saying this? What do you guys think of the safety stuff? Do you care? What do you think of the schedule?" And so that really helps me stay connected and grounded. I feel like, instead of living in some sort of bubble where I just have my opinion and I'm just spouting my opinions out, I'm hearing from them directly. Like, sometimes I might think something, they're like, "Yeah, I don't really care about that." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. They're cool with that," or sometimes they're upset about something that I'm not upset about for NASCAR. And I'm thinking, "Oh, I need to pay more attention to this because that's a hot topic." So I think it's really important to just make sure you're interacting with your audience as much as you can, because that's who you make your content for, right?